Greetings everyone and welcome to a review of the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Venompool range Venom Carnage. That's a lot of names and none of them really match up, but yeah, let's just get it open and get into it. Now, I don't usually go over the box packaging, whatever, too much because it doesn't really matter to me, it's just the trash around my plastic. But I really like this background design with the webbing that's all broken. The colour scheme doesn't really work so much for Carnage. It's kind of like an anti-Venom style, but honestly, I just think that's really nice. Also, the Venom logo on top, nice touch, I like it. Obviously, this is the entire Venom wave, essentially. I think the only character that wasn't a Venom figure was Morbius, the living vampire, in this entire range, in fact. Yeah, that is the case. They're all Venoms, they're all symbiotes, except for Morbius there. But yeah, let's just get into the figure. And my, oh my, if this isn't a phenomenal figure, honestly. Obviously, it's based more on Absolute Carnage than any of the other, variations of Carnage, and it is a bit more modern in its overall styling. But it looks so good. First off, I just want to say, the fact that this is all physically textured, it's not a print, well, it is obviously printed over, but all of this is actually physically there, it's a 3D effect. That's amazing. I actually love that. I have a lot of Venom figures that could probably do with this sort of texturing. Also, the little additions of the tendrils coming off his arms, very nice. It's the same for the legs, in fact. It's very Carnage. I can't really describe it in either way. It's how I envision Carnage, because Venom, he maintains his form most of the time. Carnage is a bit more sporadic, a bit more of a mess. I think this just captures it so well. He has a closed hand with the really nice claws, an open hand with nice claws again. I do kind of wish they came with something I know there's another Carnage figure that has the axe hand. That would have been a really nice thing. And of course, on the head, I say it's Absolute Carnage. You get a little swirl. You got the mostly black face. It works. I'm not huge on this version of Carnage, personally. It's not my version of Carnage by any means. But this looks great. And also, the pink in the mouth. It's way better than some figures that you do see of this, where they just decide that they're going to have a solid bit that's painted pink. I really like this. I think it's really cool. The detailing is phenomenal. And just one thing, once again, this is a modern figure. You do have the, specific spiked toes. Some people are a bit against that. Some people prefer the, rounded, superhero jumpsuit sort of look, which, Spider-Man has and stuff like that. I think that for monster characters like Carnage, Venom, I don't like it as much, but Carnage, because of the kind of character he is, I think that makes a lot more sense. And, yeah, let's just get into articulation. So, at the head, we have a ball joint, and, yeah, you've got pretty good back. Can you bury the chest? Yeah, bury the chin even into the chest. There we go. That's really nice, actually. You have full rotation, obviously, and then that's actually a really good amount of tilt. That's unusual. I don't usually look at figures that have any tilt at all, so that's something. At the torso, you have hinge. It's very much based on the Bucky Cat body, and I'm pretty sure that that's the previous version of Carnage used that, so I think this is probably very similar. But yeah, you got really good forward, actually. That's ridiculously impressive. That's crazy. What about back? Yeah, once again, you can get this guy into some really good poses, actually. And then at the waist, you've got swivel. It's what you expect, really. At the arms, you've got hinge and swivel out. Obviously, you can go all the way around. You've got I always forget what it's called. Bicep swivel. There we go. That's what it's called. You've got double elbow, which almost all the way, to be fair. The sculpt kind of hits itself, but that's really good. I mean, it could be better, yes, but I'm perfectly happy with that. And then finally, we have hinge and swivel at the wrist with side to side. I mean, it's fine. It's not like he has a weapon to hold, so it doesn't really matter. And I think that would be... Yeah, that is the same on both sides. Moving on to the legs, we have out. Better than most Spider-Man. We have hinge at the thigh. Okay. Double knee. Oh, that's a bit tight. Oh, wow, that's kind of impressive, actually. That's pretty far up. Once again, it kind of hits the sculpt, but not really an issue. Then I guess I'm going to call that at the ankle, even though it clearly isn't. But that's all right. And then you got forward, well, back, forward. Well, it's not great, but it's better than actually some Venoms I have. And forward facing. Wait, is that forward facing? That's very tight. The rocker is very tight. I think it's, yeah, forward facing, standard Marvel fare. And yeah, overall, very cool. Let's get into the accessories. Oh no. First up for accessories, we do have a back attachment that adds more tendrils, and that just goes into the hole in the back. I'll say this is basically a... I just realized, did I miss? I did. Oh, wow. Just ignore that for a second. There is also butterfly joints, which they blend in so well. I didn't even notice that. That one's very tight. That's very nice, actually. That's really good. But anyway, getting into this again. Once again, just attach it to the back in the peg, and that kind of brings the entire look together. I quite like that. Blends in real on the back. I actually, in the packaging, just assumed that those tendrils were just part of the body. It wasn't until I took it out and this just came off, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, like, that works really well. I'm probably just going to leave it like that, honestly. I like that a lot. And then, as I said, this is a classic head for the more modern style. So obviously the body doesn't really match it, but if you're wanting a more, like, I guess cartoon look would be a bit more accurate. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm very tempted. Like, this has grown on me, the Absolute Carnage head. But this is my Carnage. The classic style, the wide eyes, the smaller mouth. I like it. I like it a hell of a lot. And then, of course, being part of the Venompool Build-A-Figure range, you do get Venompool's head, which, you know what, I usually do this whenever I get a head. Let's see, does it fit on the ball joint? Yeah. So, if that's a look you want, you've got an extra head, basically. It does actually kind of work. From behind it doesn't work, but, like, yeah, that other than the colours not matching, that's actually pretty good. Then, for height comparison, we have the newer Captain America Build-A-Figure range Loki from the Disney Plus show, and a battle-damaged original Black Series Stormtrooper, not the newer design, the older one. And yeah, I like it a little bit shorter than Loki, which makes sense, and about the same height as the Stormtrooper, so if you're wanting to put Carnage in your Star Wars display, it looks like it'll work pretty well, though, as I always tend to say, a little bit short for a Stormtrooper. I'm never a fan of Black Series size, personally, but yeah, I say that works pretty well. And then for more Marvel comparisons, we have the Marvel Legends movie Venom from the same range, and the classic Venom from Marvel Select, Diamond Select, whatever you want to call the company. And yeah, I'm all for that. They are slightly lent back because I can't, for the life of me, get either of them to stand up on a flat surface, in neutral position at least. But yeah, I like this. You know, Carnage is going to be a bit shorter. He's not, like, known to be a brawler. He's more of a, you know, close combat, like, melee, I guess, sort of character. So this works perfectly for me. And then for a mixed display, or more mixed than the Stormtrooper, we have Jazzware's Fortnite Legendary Series, Fish Stick, and the Siege. I can never remember which specific Siege line it is. War for Cybertron Siege, whatever. Soundwave. And once again, works pretty well. Obviously, we don't have a Carnage in the game, but we have a Venom. And I don't know, this looks fine to me. That looks fine to me, though, you know, Transformers aren't really meant to fit into this sort of scale. And on that note, that is going to be it for this review. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new around here, and otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!